Shalom, shalom to the nation of Israel. Yahawashi. This is Officer Hamar and Captain Zakar Khan with D. Zion, Augusta, Georgia, right under Priest Kahan and Minister Solomon of D. Zion. Right now, today, it's going to be a very short lesson. Right, we're going to begin to the word of the Most High. Right, because that's very underrated. Right, the word of the Most High is very important for us to know. Right, because it means a lot to us, right? The words of the Most High endureth forever.
That's right.
Right? If you follow the word of the Most High, then you should be good. Yahawashi followed the word of the Most High, right?
God, he is the word of the Most High.
Khan, he is that word of the Most High. Right? We're going to get into that in a second, right? And you could go ahead and get Colossians 3:17. Because this is the book we always start off with. Right? Always. This scripture right here is very powerful. Very.
God, this is the book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi.
Of who?
Hamashiach Yahawashi.
In everything we're doing in word or deed, you always have to do it in the name of Yahawashi, right? Who people ignorantly call Jesus Christ today. That's who we call Yahawashi, his real name, right? Bahasham Hamashiach Yahawashi, which is in the name of Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him.
Right. So whenever you're giving thanks to the Most High, glory, honor, praises, right? You always got to give it through Hamashiach Yahawashi, because you have to know, right? Hamashiach Yahawashi and the Most High, they're on the same page. Right? If you count the Most High in, you might as well count Yahawashi in, right? Because they're like, they're like the front and the back.
It's the Father and Son.
Right.
On one accord on know what goes on. The Most High gave the word, and Yahawashi, he executes everything that the Most High said to do. So of course they're on one accord.
They're like on the same page. Right. A lot of Christians would say, they're the same people, right? They believe in the Trinity doctrine. But we could get into that another time, right? You had a precept for that?
First Peter. First Peter chapter 2, verse 21.
Bring that out.
This is the book of First Peter, chapter 2 and verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For even hereunto were ye called, because Hamashiach also suffered for us.
Who?
Suffered for us.
Hamashiach Yahawashi suffered for us, for the nation of Israel only. Right? Nowhere in the scriptures are you going to find him suffering for any other nation. It's only for the nation of Israel that he suffered. And it says it throughout the whole scriptures. Right? Read.
Leaving us an example.
Leaving who example?
Leaving us an example.
He's leaving the Israelites an example. Meaning, whatever he's doing, we should be doing too. We should be a follower of Hamashiach Yahawashi. That's what it means to be a Christian, right? Everybody claims they're a Christian, but they're not following what Yahawashi did. Right? Read.
That you should follow his steps.
Mm-hmm.
Who did no sin.
Who did what?
Who did no sin.
So therefore he was perfect. He never sinned. He did no sin. Read.
Neither was guile found in his mouth.
Right. Neither was guile found in his mouth. Right. The things that came out of his mouth was pure. Mm-hmm. It was perfect also. Right. So that's how we have to be, in word or in deed, just like Yahawashi.
I got another precept.
Bring it out.
This is the book of First Peter, chapter 4, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
For as much then as Hamashiach hath suffered for us.
Have suffered for who?
Suffered for us.
No, for everyone.
For us.
For us. Mm-hmm.
Israelites, in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
With the what?
With the same
Man,
mind.
we have to be thinking like Yahawashi. We have to have that same mindset as Yahawashi. Mm-hmm. He loved us so much. He suffered for us. We should be trying to suffer for our brothers too. Right? If I have to suffer for him, so be it. If I have to suffer for this captain right here, so be it. Right? Captain is a car, right? Give me the book of John chapter 15, verse 10.
I have another precept.
John chapter, the book of John. St. John chapter 15, verse 10.
This is the book of John, chapter 15 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love,
Mm-hmm.
even as I have kept my Father's commandments.
What? So even if I what?
Even as I have kept my Father's commandments.
Man, Yahawashi kept the Most High's commandment also. So what makes you think you shouldn't be keeping it? Right? You hear different excuses, about what Paul says, or from Christians. They'll let you know that they'll make you think that you are able to eat or do whatever you want. You don't have to keep the laws no more because it's done away with. Right? This is what we're going to be getting into, the word of the Most High, right? Which endureth forever. So if he says something, man, he means it, right? He's not going to change his mind, right? The Most High does not change, right? You had a precept you said you had to pull out?
Khan, the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
My son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Prepare what?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Read.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
And constantly what?
Constantly endure.
Man, we have to constantly endure for this thing. Read.
And make not haste in the time of trouble.
Make not haste in the time of trouble. Mm-hmm. Right? It's important to love one another. It's important for us to stick together. Right? Yahawashi, he came down here for us. Think about that. That takes a lot of love. Right? That takes a lot of love. A lot of heart for somebody to come down here and suffer for the nation of Israel. Right? For those doing good, for those doing bad, right? Especially those doing bad, right? They're doing you dirty. They're doing the Most High dirty. And he still loved you and died for you. That takes a lot of courage and a lot of heart. Khan, did you guys understand on that?
Yeah, also on that, having the same mind of Hamashiach Yahawashi, you have to remember that the prophets of old, died by our people at times just for trying to bring out the word and the prophecies of the Most High. So in like manner, we should always have the same mindset that Hamashiach Yahawashi had. He was ready to die for the people. When it came down to it, he just took it in, took all the beatings, the whips, all those things, right? Getting the nails put in his hands, being put up on the cross without even speaking like that, unless he had to, when he was supposed to speak. That was about it. He didn't say hell with you Romans, etc., like anything like that. Like he didn't talk back to the Romans when they were hitting him like that, in any type of negative connotation. And then likewise to our people as well. He just took it like a man. So likewise, we have to have that same mindset. We're going to be talked about by our families, our friends, old friends, people that we don't talk to like that anymore. They're going to look at us a certain way. This whole nation in general, the whole world's going to look at us a certain way. We have to constantly endure and continue to make our calling and election sure. Go ahead.
That was very powerful from the captain, right? Give me the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16. Mm-hmm. Right, because we know, and just like the brother said, right? You're going to be hated, right? You just have to be ready for this, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to be talking down on you. They're not going to be listening to you, right? Because we're a rebellious nation, right? But they're not listening to the Most High. What makes you think they're going to listen to you? They'll listen to the other nations over any of us, over the Most High. Mm-hmm. That's how our people is, right? You could read.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16.
Actually, go up to 15. Go up one.
Verse 15. Mm-hmm. And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation.
Make them what?
Wise unto salvation.
Man, that's what the scriptures will do to you. They'll make you wise unto salvation. Right? Because if you reading the scriptures, right, and you following the word of the Most High, it's gonna make you want that salvation, right? Mm-hmm. That salvation is better than anything that's going on this earth right now. It's better than money. It's better than cars. It's better than drugs, right? It's better than all the wicked works our people love to do. It's better than guns. It's better than sex. You know what I'm saying? That salvation, that's what you're supposed to be looking for, right? So these scriptures right here, the words of the Most High, if you keep the words of the Most High, follow his laws, statutes, and commandments, it will make you wise. because it'll make you want to pick salvation over all the other things.
That's right.
And that's how you're supposed to be thinking. Read.
Through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi.
Right.
All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High.
Right. So all these scriptures right here is given by inspiration of the Most High, right? It's supposed to keep you motivated, right? To want to keep his commandments, to want to listen to the Most High, right? For that salvation. Mm-hmm.
You're good, King. And it's profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
Man, this book is like, it's like judging you, right? It's supposed to get you right. That's what it's here for. For reproof, for correction, right? If you're doing something off, right, and you don't know, you disagree with a brother saying that you're going off or something, open up the scriptures, go to the Torah and see if it's in there, right? If it's contradicting the Torah or the laws, right? If it's not, then you good, right? Because this book right here, it could help. It's like a lawyer, bro. It could help you. You just have to really, look into the scriptures, right? It has everything in there on how you're supposed to be living, whether it comes down to your husband and your wife and husbands, in a relationship, whether it comes down to whatever, hating on a brother, right? Or knowing what to do on some type of situation you're in, depression or something you're going through, anything you're going through, the scriptures could help you on this, right? Because they have everything in there, the instructions on what to do, right?
I'm about to say verse 17 is a good point too.
Oh yeah, Con. Yeah, verse 17.
That the man of the Most High may be perfect.
Maybe what?
May be perfect.
Man, that's what it will do. It'll make you perfect.
Thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Unto what?
All good works.
Right. So if you, like I said, if you're doing what's in the scriptures, right, it would have you. You'll be a perfect man, right? You'll be a perfect man. You're gonna be repenting, right? Only if you're following the word of the Most High, not just reading it though. But you also have to be following the words of the Most High and what's in the scriptures, right? So if you're following it, you'll be like a perfect man. You'll be doing all the good works that's in there to impress the Most High. Of course, you need faith with it, right? You're gonna have faith in the Most High, doing the work of the Most High, and that's very important.
On that note, it's like trying to keep Hamashiach Yahawashi in your mind as well,
right?
Because when you read it again, I'm gonna just read it again. It says that the man of the Most High may be perfect, thoroughly furnished into all good works. Because Hamashiach Yahawashi was a walking Torah.
Right.
You keep the Torah on your mind, right? You fulfill that scripture right there. Trying to be perfect and being perfect in the eyes of the Most High. Trying to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. From the bad, whenever you go off, right? When I say go off, I don't mean like actually, going way off, as in knowing you're going off and willingly sinning.
Right.
I mean, accidentally doing something and then really feeling bad about what you did. So bad to the point that you're repenting and you're trying not to ever do that thing again. Right? That's different from willfully sinning. All right, but go ahead, Slaki.
Give me the book of Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. And when you're going off, see, just like Officer Captain Zakar was saying, right? Captain Zakar, right? Whenever you're going off, you supposed, man, if you have that guilty feeling, it's a good thing. Right, because you know what you're doing, right? You know what you're doing. Right? There's people out there that's sinning and they don't even know what they're doing. Right? They're just walking in the dark, like I said. They don't know where they're going. That's why you got to follow your Yahawashi, because he is that light. Right? He is that light.
That's right.
That shines in the dark. Now you can see where you're going when the light is on. Right? Go ahead and bring that out.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of the Most High is quick.
Is what?
Is quick.
Man, the word of the Most High is quick.
And powerful.
Powerful. Right? You got to remember that. The words of the Most High is powerful. Right?
And sharper than any two-edged sword. Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Right? So the words of the Most High, right, just like Captain just bring out, it's sharp, right, powerful, right? It's good for your spirit.
That's right. It's good for your spirit.
It's good for your spirit, right? Because one thing I see a lot is a lot of people love getting on camps, right? For getting on Esau, right? Because y'all be like, they'll say something like, "Oh, you don't even know if he an Israelite or not," right? But at the end of the day, right, you could tell by their spirit at times because you bringing out the scriptures to them, right? You bringing out the scriptures to them, and they screaming, they doing all the wicked works, they don't even agree with you, right? Meaning, at times they will try and stand up for the so-called white man. This is how our people is today, right? So if you're getting cut by the spirit, right, asking them, how do you feel about what happened to our people? Right? Their response is, okay, well, everybody went to slavery. Right? That's how our people is too. We're just like Esau because they trained us to think like them. Right? Esau trained us to think like them. Right? This is how they want us to think. That's the type of mindset they want on our people. They don't want us to care about the oppressions of our people.
God got precept.
Right?
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 5 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
For the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again.
When what?
Saki. Ye have need that one teach you again,
Mm-hmm.
which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High,
Right.
and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Right. So that milk is what? It's the commandments, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the basic thing, right? Before you get on into the meat, right? You have to know the milk, right? Because every baby, they start off with drinking milk.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't start off with the meat because that's gonna get you confused. That's gonna get you lost if you try and start off with the meat, with the bigger things, right? You got to make sure you start off with the basic, right? The Torah, the commandments of the Most High. You have to learn that first before even trying anything else, right? Because you can't be reading about Paul but don't know the commandments. You can't be reading about what's going to happen in the end times but don't know the commandments, right? Because how are you supposed to know how to be saved if you're just gonna go on and read about being saved?
Bring that out.
Right? You have to start off with the milk. That's important, right?
So let me back on what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Concerning the milk, Yahawashi is in the milk, meaning he's in the law, statutes, and commandments. You can see him mentioned in there, like in Genesis, I believe it's Exodus as well, Deuteronomy, and even in Numbers. So there's a chapter in Numbers, right? Numbers 25, where it actually talks about what Yahawashi is going to do to Edom, to these other nations. So when they're saying, or when they're getting upset about the fact that we're talking about Esau out there, like you said, the Spirit will tell who you are. The scriptures will let us know who you are. Right? So if you have a problem with us bringing out the fact that Esau's the devil, etc., and bringing out the fact and the history behind what he's been doing to us, and the oppression that he's been doing to all the nations on the earth right now, but especially to our people, if you have a problem with that, you have to be in check, or you just might be a heathen. It's at this point, because we're at the time where a lot of Israel is getting sifted out as far as not being in the truth anymore. Because they don't have that spirit like they're supposed to have. They don't have that zeal in them to want to see the kingdom, to want to have to endure all these things that we're going to be enduring very soon. So like I said, when you read Numbers chapter 25, it talks about what Yahawashi is going to do to Edom. And that, like he said earlier, you have to get the milk first before you get the meat. And that's the milk right there. There's prophecies in the Torah that you have to break down and be able to understand before you even get to the rest of the prophecies. So go ahead.
Yeah, get the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Right, because you have some great points you just put out. Right? Let me add on top of that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Make it what?
A wise man mad.
Oppression make a wise man mad. Right? Our people have been oppressed for the past how long? We've been oppressed like forever now. It felt like forever. Right? We've been oppressed, right? I have all the rights to be mad. Right now, if you see me getting on Esau about that, why are you getting mad at me?
You should be mad, just as mad as him.
Right. They're the one oppressing our people.
Calm.
Right, read.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
A what?
A gift destroyeth the heart.
Man, Esau, that's what they love doing to our people, by the way. Right? They love giving us gifts. Right? Especially the celebrities. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They get paid millions. Mm-hmm. Right? Just to do what they say. Right? That's why you see the rappers today, They push drugs on our people, right? Gunning each other down. That's all they talk about. All they talk about is wicked works and wicked thoughts, and they put it into our people. Right? That's all they do. Right? And that's what Esau do to our people. You know, like I said, Esau wants you to think like them. Right? Everything they want to take everything from us. That's how Esau is. You know why? Because they know who we are according to the scriptures. They know that we are the people in the Bible, and that the Bible belonged to us and was made for us
That's right.
and by us.
I got a precept.
Zechariah
chapter 11, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Whose possessors slay them.
Whose what?
Whose possessors slay them.
Whose possessors slay them.
And hold themselves not guilty.
And hold themselves not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They would slay our people all day. Like they would gun our people down. You know, a lot of they would kill our people, right? Mm-hmm. They'll go to a whole school and shoot the whole school down, right? And still be found not guilty, pleaded not guilty in the courtroom.
Bring that out.
Right? So you could kill, right? You could kill all these people, right? If it was one of us though, right? Say we did like, I don't know, they found drugs in our car or something, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna have like 10 plus years in prison.
10 plus years, man.
Right? They shoot somebody down, they'll probably get like 1 year or something. Right? Not even. They're gonna be pleaded not guilty. Not automatically, right? Because Esau know, right? They are against our people right now. They go up against our people. They don't like us. And it's always been like this. It's nothing new under the sun. Right?
That's why I said, it's like to bring that a point on that as well. That's why I said, if anything, you should be as mad as this brother is right here, or as mad as I am whenever we're trying to, bring out the scriptures to our people. Because when you see them walk up to us so proudly and saying, well, slavery was, hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Believe it or not, it really wasn't all that long ago. You look into history. Also, the treatment and oppression that we had over in the 50s and 60s, that wasn't hundreds of years ago either. These things were relatively new. So the fact that they're still going on saying that these things happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago is ignorance. And it's willful ignorance as well. Because we bring out the information to them and they're like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everybody's equal now. And they know it's not true.
Right.
Because they can get off scotch-free from killing one of us. But as soon as we have weed in the car, we already automatically booked up into jail. Literally. And depending on how many of us are in there and how quote-unquote severe it is to them, we'll also go to prison for some time. They just want to waste our lives. They want to kill us. They want to take us away from our women and children. That's the whole problem right there. That's what they want. They want to see us down. They want to see us in oppression, heavy oppression. So I got a precept.
Bring it down.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, verse 21. Mm-hmm. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous.
Right. They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous. Now, who is that righteous, right? It's talking about the nation of Israel, right? Right, because they are the wicked. Then who is the righteous?
Bring it out.
If they are the wicked, then who is the righteous?
Because the scriptures say that Esau is the border of wickedness.
Right.
And we're the opposite of Esau. The scriptures say that we're a holy nation unto the Most High.
Right.
Whenever we keep in the laws, statutes, and commandments, we are that righteous people.
Righteous.
We're that set apart people for the Most High. So when we see how Esau is towards us, we understand why they're like that towards us. Because it's the opposite of us. They hate us. They abhor us emphatically because of what happened during the time of Jacob and Esau. Them getting the blessing. They still have that hatred in their heart. That's how it is. That's how they were made to be.
And that's how it's always going to be.
And
that's why they're going to get destroyed for this, right?
And condemn the innocent blood.
Right. They condemn the innocent blood.
Oof. Verse 22.
Verse 22. Bring that out.
But the Most High is my defense.
But what?
The Most High is my defense.
Man, the Most High is our defense, right? The words of the Most High is our defense. Mm-hmm. Right. That's why it's important to stay on track with the word of the Most High, to stay with the law, statutes, and commandments. Because if the Most High is on our side, who could go up against us? Right? Who could go up against us?
Exactly. And my power is the rock of my refuge.
The power is the rock of our refuge, right? Give me the book of Psalms chapter 107, verse 11. Psalms 107, verse 11.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 11. Mm-hmm. Because they rebelled against the words of the Most High.
Because what?
They rebelled against the words of the Most High.
Talking about us. Mm-hmm.
And contemned the counsel of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, he brought down their heart.
He brought what?
He brought down their heart.
That's the reason, right? Because we departed from the Most High,
Mhm.
right? If we don't have the Most High by our side, then anybody could defeat us, right? But
Come.
with the Most High on our side, man, we're invincible.
That's right.
We're invincible. Nobody could go up against us, and nobody could tell us nothing,
Mhm.
right? Read.
He brought down their heart with labor.
Mm-hmm.
They fell down, and there was none to help.
There was what?
There was none to help.
Right. See, there was none to help, right? Because the only person that could help us, right, not Martin Luther King, right? He couldn't help us, right? Malcolm X couldn't help us. Michael Jackson, I don't care who you are, right? Nobody will be able to help us but the Most High.
That's right.
Right. Read. It's okay.
Therefore, he brought down their heart. Oh, my bad. There's verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Then they cried unto the Most High in their trouble, and he saved them out of their distresses.
And he what?
He saved them out of their distresses.
Man, he saved us out of our distresses, right? The Most High is the only one that could save us out of this captivity that we're in right now. That's why you have to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. It's always been like that throughout the whole Bible, right? For the nation of Israel, right? It's been a bumpy road. It's been a bumpy road, right? We listen to the Most High, something, good things happen to us, right? And nobody could defeat us. Then we break his commandments, right? And rebel against the Most High. What happened? We go back down, right? And our people still don't get it up to this day, right? Just, we all need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments as a whole, as a group.
That's right.
Right, I'm gonna pull out like probably a little bit more precepts because laptop out of down a few. All right, go ahead and bring that out.
Con. I'm gonna read verse, I believe it's 10 again.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Salaki. I'm gonna read verse 12 again. Then I have a precept.
Right.
Verse 12. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 107, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, he brought down their heart with labor. They fell down, and there was none to help.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help, and our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Think about that. When you look at Esau, right? The scriptures say that no one was there to save us. Who is going to help us? They've seen the oppression of our people, and none of them have tried to help us. Some of them have acknowledged the oppression of our people, even when we go to their own countries, but they've never tried to come over here and save us. That's why judgment has to be brought upon these other nations, because they sat there and watched the children of Israel, the holy people of the Most High, get oppressed and oppressed and oppressed, and did nothing about it. They lived fatly. That's what they did. Mm-hmm. They allowed all these things to happen to us and occur to us, knowing that the Most High is the one true power of heaven and earth.
Con.
They know about the Most High Yahawah. They already know through history. So for them to be seeing all these things happening to our people, they're going to have judgment brought upon them. Thus said the Most High.
Con, that's right. That's what we lacking on, right? You know what we lacking on? Faith. That's what it is.
Con.
Right? Y'all lack on faith in the Most High. Y'all lacking faith in Yahawashi. And this is why our people is so oppressed today, right? This is why we so down today, right? We at the bottom of the earth, right? Because, we disobeying the Most High.
Con.
Right? I want to look, like I said, right? I say this every single time, right? Coming back to the law, statutes, and commandments is the best thing we could do, right? Because we have the Most High by our side, then we undefeated. Right? We going, we're going 82-0.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're gonna be undefeated.
He said 82-0. I like that.
Right? We're gonna be undefeated, right? If we continue to sin, right? Continue to do what we want to do, right? Salak here. Still keep this going. Right? Right. So if we continue to do right what we want to do, right, then we will continue to be down. Right? We're gonna continue, to decrease. Right? That's when you come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, come back to the word of the Most High. Right? That was the whole point of today's lesson, right? To come back to the word of the Most High, which endureth forever. I'm gonna get one more last precept. You have something to say? Or a precept?
La.
Can get Matthew 24 and 35. All right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 35.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away.
But my what?
But my words shall not pass away.
That's the Yahawashi speaking right there, right? And we know the word of Yahawashi is the word of the Most High. So that's something that'll never pass away. Right? So the law being done away with, that's a cut right there also. right? Because the Most High chose us, the nation of Israel, right? And it's been prophesied in, it's been in Isaiah. It's been a prophecy in Isaiah. It's been a prophecy throughout the whole scriptures, right? That everlasting salvation will belong to the nation of Israel.
Con.
Right? So the word of the Most High endureth forever. There's no changing to that, right? That's what our people have to understand. Come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, right? The word of the Most High, right? Without being said, right? That was the last priest. You had anything to say? All right, Captain. All right, then. Again, I'd like to give all praises, to the Most High. Yahawashi Yahawashi. Till next time, to the nation of Israel. I hope this was a very edified lesson today. All right, Corn Yasharala.
Kwame Yashua.